Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines.
President Donald Trump has said that he is not concerned about reports that Russian President Vladimir Putin could visit Iran, claiming Tehran is already in deep trouble with little military capacity. Talking to reporters, Trump also repeated his claim that the Strait of Hormuz remains under US control, saying vessels are moving through the waterway. Asked whether Putin could face consequences over a visit to Iran, Trump said, "It depends." The White House has said that there are currently no negotiations underway between the United States and Iran. Outgoing Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said that Washington has not scheduled any talks with Tehran. However, she stressed that all options remain on the table, signaling that the Trump administration is keeping both diplomatic and other forms of pressure open. She also said that Iran was already in a devastating economic position and was not even in a position to pay its police or military. Leavitt said that President Trump and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent were continuing to pull every economic lever to further weaken Iran. On the other hand, Iran's parliament speaker, Mohammed has said that Tehran would defeat the United States in what he called a full-scale economic war. Responding to Washington's new pressure campaign, Ghalibaf said the government must protect people's livelihoods, purchasing power and jobs. He said Iran would rely on public support, the private sector and state institutions to overcome US pressure and defeat its economic campaign.
Qatar's Prime Minister visits Tehran in a bid to relaunch diplomacy after the US and Iran traded recriminations over Washington's promise to increase economic pressure. Qatar's Prime Minister, Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani, who is also his country's foreign minister, met Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araqchi. Qatar's foreign ministry said Doha and Tehran discussed a proposed phased framework that includes establishing a temporary joint Iranian-Omani shipping corridor through the strait and carrying out a joint project to clear mines from the waterway.
Iran's security chief, Mohsen Rezai, has said that his country does not trust Washington, accusing the United States of repeatedly betraying diplomacy and negotiations. Meeting Qatar's Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani, Rezai said Washington must first take practical steps to meet Iran's conditions. Only then, he said, would Tehran take action to reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
Nepal's flood death toll has climbed to 332 after a devastating glacial collapse unleashed mud, rock and water across Himalayan communities near the Tibet border, with 910 people still missing or uncontactable. The latest toll was issued by Nepal police as rescuers continued searching for survivors and bodies, while hundreds of foreign nationals remain unaccounted for on both sides of the Nepal-China border. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Authority said the missing include 517 foreign nationals, 44 Nepal Army personnel, and 28 Nepal police officers.
A US military judge has ordered Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and 3 co-defendants to stand trial in June 2028 over the September 11, 2001 attacks that killed nearly 3,000 people. The trial is scheduled to begin on June 5, 2028 at Guantanamo Bay after 2 decades of legal delays. A US appeals court last month blocked plea agreements that would have spared Mohammed and 2 co-defendants from the death penalty. The defendants are accused of plotting the hijacking of 4 passenger planes and attacks on the World Trade Center and Pentagon.
North Korea's foreign ministry has denounced a US decision to approve the sale of missiles and related equipment to South Korea, vowing to respond strongly and immediately to hostile acts in various areas. A spokesman said the North once again and clearly recognized the expression of the US open attitude to be always hostile to it. The spokesperson was responding to the US State Department's approval of a potential sale to South Korea of $125 million worth of air-to-air tactical missiles and related equipment. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.